friends, hello and welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day. So today we're going to be showing you guys the fastest and quickest way, not to obtain the 84 Bobby Orr. The quickest way to do that is just open a pack, of course, but the fastest and quickest way to obtain the 88 overall Bobby Orr. The reason we got that 84 Bobby Orr, a little bit more details on that here in a second, but it is important, so go ahead and pick that up. It is a free pack. It is in the store. It's gone once you open it. I guess it doesn't show at the end, so it is in the store at the very beginning. It should be there. Go ahead and open that. You get a few jerseys and you get that 84 Bobby Orr, which is okay. It's a really nice card. They're all in that Bobby Orr. We ain't seen Bobby Orr in the game before. That's one of those guys that people have been dying to see. Haven't seen Bobby Orr come across one of the best defensemen in the history of the NHL, and he has finally made his presence in the NHL, and we're seeing lots of sets and lots of ways to obtain this Bobby Orr. Today we're going to go over the quickest and fastest way that we have found to obtain Bobby Orr. Now, first and foremost, in order to start building Bobby Orr, you have to collect all of these players: Crosby, Yager, Coyne, McInnes, so on and so forth. Now, personally, we have gotten that completed. We just finished the final. Oh, we didn't finish the final ones. That was funny, kind of an anticlimactic. They are all the collectibles in our inbox still. But anyway, so the quickest way I have found personally to kind of get those collectibles is a couple of different things here. First and foremost, again, we're trying to do it quickly, obviously, but we're trying to do it where we save points, because at the end of the day, this Bobby Orr, we'll bring it up real quick, let you guys see it. Just to run through it, it's going to cost you all of these coins to get these, or coins, players, whatever you're going to put in it, to get all these base cards to build them. You need all the 82 bases to build them. You need this 82, every single 82. You need, what is there, 10 of them? You need all 10 of them in order to trade them in for the 85. But once you get the 85, which is by all stretches of the imagination, I mean, you could use this card for a very long time without upgrading him at all. But when you got 92 speed, but I think that Bobby Orr an 88 with a 94 speed for a defenseman, that's an end game card. That's as end game gets for a defenseman. Yeah, that's an 88, but he'll never not be a third liner, I don't think. Not with that speed. He'll always be one of the fastest in the game. But at an 85 overall, you put all those coins, players, whatever into it. Then you go to the power-up collectibles. You need 7 power-up collectibles, the equivalent of 175k, and that is not cheap at all. So we're gonna kind of go over the quickest way to build this stud of a defenseman. And first and foremost, there are various places you can get some of these gallery of greats collectibles. First of all, there's one in the objectives under the gallery of greats. That is an easy one to get, where you just have to complete hits with gallery of greats players right here, and then you get the random player. You'll want for completing 25 games. You can get that really easy. Now you got to do that one. If you haven't done that one, you got to do that one, because that's the one where you can get one of the really good gallery of greats that are currently out there. And then you are done here, it looks like. Yeah, we're done there. And now there is Bobby Orr ones. Score goals with Bobby Orr 37. I think this takes some time. This is a little bit more time consuming. You got to score 37 goals even on rookie. I've been playing a lot of games. So personally, we did not do any of those. That was it for the collectibles there. So you can get the one collectible there. And then there's collectibles and hunt moments. I believe there's 2. And they're pretty easy to do. I'll kind of explain real quickly how we complete them. Maybe it was lucky, maybe just not what we got the Obi one-timer first try. I was not to brag, but it didn't matter because you had to stay in the game the entire time. But I mean, they dropped the puck, first rush, goal, and you know the goal here obviously is you want to score in the rush. That's usually going to be the easiest thing to do to make sure Ovechkin's on the proper spot. You can either score in a rush or you can player lock as Ovechkin and just always be ready to spam the one-timer. I find it easier to. Really, it depends. It can go up and down, but it is on All-Star. But you know, the important thing here is make sure you're coming up on a rush with Ovechkin following suit, or on the left side. On the left side, of course, because he's right-handed. You got to get the one-timer off. So you kind of take your time, come up the right side, give him time to come up the ice with you, and then you just obviously force cross crease. That's all you can do. Fun fact: it doesn't count goal shots. That's not one-timer's not a shot though. By the way, we learned that in this game. I thought that was funny. Got the score to one-timer. We had 0 of Ovi's 5 shots according to the stats. That was great. Nonetheless, that'll get you a gallery of grades collectible, and the other one is score bottom left goals with Bobby Orr. Now, a little bit more difficult. Definitely want to player lock with this one. There's multiple ways you can go about this one. I had a couple times set up for the one timer. You just or you can set up for the one timer, call for it, and aim bottom left, because it's a little more difficult with Bobby Orr because bottom left is his forehand. Now, typically you can say go forehand, backhand, shoot it backhand, go in. He can't do that because he's a left-handed skater. So in this case, you can either set up for the one-timer like that. You can cherry pick and try to beat him backhand forehand and breakaway. Again, it's a little bit more difficult. It's more difficult to score on the forehand than the backhand, especially low. And the third option is And with the new update, it seems so far it's early. It seems a little bit easier to go across the goalie's face. So if you want to, start in the corner, spin a circle, and go straight across the ice and snip bottom left, that works very well for that goal. That was the way we scored it. We just went right across the goalie's face and scored. But that'll give you 3 collectibles. And then from there, we just completed sets. Sets are important here, where it really depends what you have laying around. What I like to do is I like to put in anything that's on an NHLer in the sets. I don't like to put in the NHLers in the sets because they're either worth a little bit more if they're untraded or they're tradable. And second of all, you can use them for team builders down the road. So I was going down, we did a couple of the 8 players here. You can just trade in a bunch of 74 raw AHLs. You get a lot of those in your daily packs, random packs, untradable packs, so on and so forth. And then I think we did one of the 83s or the 84s. I think it was the 84. It was one of those free prototypes they give us. We don't use them anymore. It was a free prototype. Yager, I believe, we threw him in there for the 84s. And there's an 85s. I don't really want to touch 85s. It's kind of pricey. The 82s ain't bad as well. There's a couple of non-NHLers that are 82s. You can throw a couple of them there, do that. But we pumped through those. That got us all the players. Now, this is important before you trade them all in, because we can trade them all in right now. Like we said, we had to have all of them, but we have 10 of them. Plus the Gretzky, and we're gonna make the lineup here to be perfect. So we got 10 plus the Gretzky, plus there was one more they gave us. One more. What was it? The Makita or something? Not wasn't Makita. There's somebody. I think he's already unlocked. We'll take a look here. Gallery of Greats. We got the random player. Gallery of Greats. Oh, Brad Park. You got Brad Park. So you can put him in there. That's 12 players. So now we're gonna go back to the objectives. We're gonna pay a little bit more attention to them now. We're gonna look at the Gallery of Greats one. Score goals with Gallery of Greats players. Take shots with Gallery of Greats players. I mean, the best way to do this is jump into a squad battles game. Put it on rookie. Put all 12, 13 of those players you had and just run through it. Because you got 13 of them at 200 games played. That's just under 20 games you're gonna play. Play it on rookie. You can switch it down to 2-minute periods as well if you want on the squad battles. But you're going to be trying to get the shots and the goals anyway. So you need 250 shots. I mean, even then, if you can get 10 shots a game, pump the shots out, pump the goals out, whatever you have to do, and then just turn the periods down to 2 minutes to quickly get those squad battle games done. You'll get 1, 2, 3 power, 4 power up collectibles for that once you get the dailies as well. So you have 4 power up collectibles, then essentially you only have to pay for 3 for the final upgrade. And I always say this, and it's everybody's choice. Sometimes I don't even touch the final upgrade. It depends if it's a speed boost or not. If he's a 93 to 94, then do it. If he's a 93 and still a 93, from an 86 to an 80 or an 87 to 88, I don't even touch it because the other stats are so minuscule. I think the speed's important and they don't always jump the speed. And it's at that point where you can kind of look and say, hey, where am I at with, assist with Bobby Orr, go with Bobby Orr. This will be here all year. Well, it'll be here 23 days. It'll be here 23 days, and then you can see where you're at 23 days from now with that Bobby Orr. But that way you ain't gotta grind all of that and then grind all the Bobby Orr stuff. It does take time. And then in pursuit of doing that, of course, if you can do the Bobby Orr, like score all of his goals, if you can manage to do all that with Bobby Orr, again on rookie take shots with any player, what do you need? You need shots, goals, 50. I mean, you get 50 goals and you do them all with Bobby Orr. That'll knock that one out. And then it'll come down to Bobby Orr assists. And again, when you're scoring all those goals, playing to them players, Bobby Orr is going to get them assists in general over time. But you'll be able to get the assists with Bobby Orr. You'll get the goals, you get the points, but at the end of the day, you need all 3. You need all 3 for both power up collectibles. So if you get those 2 power up collectibles, then all of a sudden you're only 1 power up collectible away from having Bobby Orr. But I would say, again, it depends where you're at. That's going to take a lot longer. I think you get them up to an 86 so fairly quickly. Hope you guys found this video helpful. As always, if you did, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing. You never have to. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.